Hello, today we're going to work with two interesting forms at times which are very difficult for our students and for people who are studying English. And firstly it's going to be present perfect simple, and the second one is present perfect progressive. So it's present perfect simple and present perfect progressive. At times, a lot of students do not understand the difference between these two tenses, and they find them quite difficult, and other people, other students, they just see that there is no difference at all, but there is great difference between them. So the main idea of a present perfect simple is that we use this form when we talk about quantity. So quantity. What does it mean, quantity? So when we talk about quantity, it means we talk about things we can count. We talk about events we count. For example, I have been there twice, or I have read this book 3 times or 5 times. So this form answers the question how much or how many times. So the main idea is about, as I said, about quantity. So the first question is how much, and the second one is how many times. You see, how many times. To compare with present perfect progressive, we use present perfect progressive when we talk about quality. So remember this word, quality. You see, quality. So in here you answer the question how long, because you should understand that duration has an influence on quality. And the second difference between them, that we use present perfect simple when we talk about completeness. Yeah, for example, how many times? Yeah, completeness. It has finished. Yeah, it happened. How many times? And in here we're talking about duration, like duration. So I'll give you examples. In here, for example, I have read this book. You see, I have read this book 2 times. You see? Yeah, 2 times or twice. It means I read it once and I read it twice. So in general, I have read it 2 times. You see, twice. So the main idea is here, you see, it is about quantity. We can count and we can answer the question how many times. How many, you see, how many times? And the answer is twice. For example, I know this film very well because I have seen it 3 times, and every time I see it, it's very interesting, for example. And in here, you're talking about duration. It's like, I have been reading this book for 2 hours. You see, in here the main idea is 2 hours, so it is about quality about duration, and you answer the question how long. You may ask me why I always say this quality and quantity. For example, I have been playing football for 2 hours. I'm talking about this one, yeah? I have been playing football for 2 hours and I am tired, yeah? I have been reading this book for 2 hours and my eyes are red. Or I am tired, yeah? I am tired. Why we use it? Because it is visible result. As far as I know, I explained to you in our previous videos that progressive is about you being busy, and perfect progressive is about the question how long have you been busy. So if you are busy now, it's nothing about your physical condition, and when you have been busy for 2 hours, perhaps you are tired. That's why we use this one when we talk about visible result. You see, that's why it's about quality. And what's about quantity? As I said, it's about the question how many times. Perhaps you know it quite well, perhaps you will read it one more time because you like this book. Otherwise you won't ever read this book so many times. Agree? And if you have seen this film 3 times, perhaps you will see it one more time, perhaps you like it. But there is nothing about quality, about your condition. It's about your it's about your knowledge, about your experience, how many times, and it's how long. Thank you so much, and I hope our lesson was very interesting and would love to see you in our school.